Hey everyone, NWO for Life here with the Parasyte The Maxim episode, I believe it's 14. Yep, 14, the final one that I'm caught up to, back on track now. So this episode starts off with Shinichi and Migi coming up with a plan to get the detective guy that's been watching them to, to get him in person to talk with him and to explain things and get him to be quiet. Shinichi goes back and calls, he calls that guy that had the alien in his chin, the parasite in his chin from a couple episodes ago, and they get him to change his face, and he's like the driver. And they find the detective guy again, and Shinichi covers his mouth, puts him in the car, and they go and talk in this remote location. And the detective guy understands the story. He calms down after the whole story is told, but he says like, is your duty to, become a lab rat for the good of humanity or whatever it is. And then Migi does something really unusual, and he kind of like, berates the detective, um, like he is much more emotional and like he's compassionate towards Shinichi. He's like, look what this boy went through. From your perspective, he's only, a kid in high school, and he's lost his mother, and all these things are happening. He's forced to kill, and it was weird seeing Migi act like that. And Shinichi even says in his head that Migi was acting strangely. So that could be another instance of possibly, Migi being affected by Shinichi, as Shinichi has been affected by Migi. And so they ask him who his client was, and the guy's like, I can't tell you that. And they took a guess that it was, well, they said that your client is a parasite. And he was like, what? And he was like, and we think we know who it is, the woman from Shinichi's story, the female teacher that left, Tamiya Ryouko. And the guy was like, Tamiya Ryoko, Tamiya Reika, because she changed the name to Reika. And so they all figured it out that Ryoko was the one. And we also see the detective go home to his wife, and he basically, is having a beer or whatever, and she tells him to not get into anything dangerous, and he's like, once he gets into something, he can't let it go, he can't stop. He's got to see it through to completion or something to that effect. And then we have Ryoko and is in a university, like getting attending a lecture, and she's hearing this lecture about like survival of the fittest and like basic instincts to survive, mothers eating their children in the wild, and some animals not doing that, and some animals being complete strangers but acting like mothers to other animals and things like that. And then also there's like a theory that like love isn't actually love, it's all genetics or something like that. So she's listening to this crazy lecture, and she's got her baby with her, and the baby is just like, um, sleeping or whatever, but she's holding him like this. It's so funny. She's holding the baby, where the baby's like kind of like Superman, like the stomach down and the arms out and stuff, and she's got him by the back, holding him like this, really funny. And these cute university girls are like, oh, she has a baby, but then when she sees her hold the baby like that, they're like, who holds the baby like that? Surprised, and so it was funny. But she meets Shinichi on top of the rooftop of the university. I think that's where it was. I think it was the rooftop, and she basically starts talking to him about how he changed, and she's holding the baby normally, and she's like, "Oh, that's your baby, like, or is that baby yours?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's mine. I haven't done nothing to it yet." And she basically, says that the parasites are, working towards survival, and again, she presses the issue of what happened to him, why he's changed. And then as she's looking at the baby, she kind of realizes that it must have been his mother. Something happened to his mother, because she said like I've heard that your mother went missing, and then he started like kind of flipping out over it, and then she's looking at the baby. She's like, ah, she's like, one of the parasites, one of my kind, must have ate your mother or something. But she's like laughing about it. She's like, really demented and pissing him off, and he's like, I'll kill you. And then she's like, whoa. She's like, you might beat me the way you are right now. I'll have to use this baby as a shield. And she literally takes her son and uses him as a shield, and he's flipping out like, uh, and then the college girls walk where they are, and they're like, what are you doing holding the baby like that or whatever, and then she walks away. But Ryoko had a lot of like crazy development in this episode. She basically it's just shown being like this mother in the sense where she's taking care of the kid. She is raising the kid, but she's also treating it like a cold object, like an object, and treating him very coldly, talking about experimenting on him in the future. But, she hasn't done nothing to the baby, and, that's interesting, right? I mean, I find her character so interesting, how she um, is like searching for all these answers in humanity with these lectures that she's attending, and trying to find all this knowledge and information. She told Shinichi that like a pig is like to humans, or to pigs, humans are like monsters. So she's like really philosophical, and just a great character to watch. And it's like almost like a battle between her, like what's her parasite side and what's her human side. Like she was laughing after the private eye, like she left the private eye, whatever, and she entertained the thought of killing him when she left him, and something made her laugh. And this laughter, she did it in front of the mirror, and it looked really creepy and disturbing. But is not the laughter a human trait? Ha 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 ha, ha, laughing over, I mean, the laughter sounded evil and screwed up. But the fact that she wanted to laugh and she was just trying to is kind of like, that she's not, just acting like a parasite. That's very human behavior, wanting to laugh at the misfortune of others or the irony, whatever it was that made her want to laugh at that detective. So she's a great character, and it's awesome to see her in the episode, and hopefully we get more of her in the coming episodes. And it looks like she's going to be an enemy again to Shinichi, because of the way she was so hostile to him in this episode. And yeah, I think the episode pretty much just ended like that. Shinichi being in shock over like what she was doing with the baby, and I'm gonna just check it really quick. Oh, right, okay, and the fortune teller. So he goes to a fortune teller or whatever. Shinichi does, and well, she just calls him over, and he basically she says like, you have a hole in your heart, you got to get it filled. And he goes, how do I get it filled? And she's like, you got to make up with the person that put it in your heart. And he's like, I already killed that person, with this like really sadistic like I already killed that person. Like, whoa, like he looks like he's psycho right there, like the poor kid has gone through so much mental trauma. But that was the episode. I really enjoyed it. Again, I keep saying it, but I enjoy all of them. But this one I really enjoyed because I love Tamiya Ryouko. She is an awesome character. The whole dynamic with the baby is really cool. Attending the lectures, what's going to happen with Shinichi, and now the private eye that knows the secret but is apparently okay with not saying nothing. Story is just getting awesome and awesome. And I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. So thank you for watching this review. Be sure to rate, if thumbs up if you like it. Comment below what you think about the episode, the baby, Ryoko, all that good stuff. And please subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. All I have to do now is catch up on Marksman, Lord Marksman and Vandus, and then a couple of One Piece chapters. And so hopefully maybe 2 or 3 days this will be done, and we'll start being back on track, with it with the normal schedule. And yeah, so thank you. Have a nice night, guys.